Hi guys, Mike here and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be talking about my top 10 boutique Blu-ray releases of the year 2021. So without further ado, let's get into it. So initially I wasn't too sure on how to actually rank this top 10. I wasn't too sure to go with the quality of the film or the quality of the packaging or the special features. But in the end I kind of decided to go with a little bit of everything, like look at them that way, but then just take my sort of personal opinion on what I feel is number one and what's number 10 and everything in between. So hopefully you'll see what I mean when I actually show you my ranking. Right, so before we get into the ranking, I've just got a few honourable mentions to show you. So the first honourable mention is Encounters of the Spooky Kind. So this is a Sammo Hung martial arts action comedy film with a bit of a supernatural element to it. Overall, it's a pretty fun film. It's pretty silly, and this release is very nice. Got the slipcover, got the the case inside. There's also a poster in there right here. And yeah, there's just some nice features on it, but it just misses out. Next is another release, also from Eureka, which Encounter of the Spooky Kind was also from, and that is the My Lucky Stars films. So this is, again, Sammo Hung with a co-starring role from Jackie Chan. They're kind of like three loosely connected films. Again, martial arts comedy. Some of the humour in these films is a little bit dated. Some of the jokes don't really fly today, but if you like 80s martial arts films, then they are a lot of fun. And again, it's a very nice package. You've got the slipcase and the case inside. And there's also a booklet as well. But again, it just misses out on the top 10. Next release is from 101 Films, and this is from their Black Label releases, and it is Hell Night. Now, I kind of feel like 101 Films and like they're not like my go-to for like boutique releases. I don't think they're like the best at doing them. But I felt this release was really nice. Like, first of all, I thought the film was actually really, really good. I wasn't really expecting much from it, and I'd heard a lot of mixed reviews about it, but I thought it was a really, really fun sort of haunted house kind of film. And there's some nice features on it as well, and you also get the booklet as well, and it's got some interesting writing on it. And overall, it's a pretty good release. Next honourable mention is a Criterion release, and it is the film Deep Cover, starring Lawrence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum. Now, I feel like this release is kind of, I think like a new audience has kind of been found with this film. I've heard a lot of people talking about this release and how much they really enjoyed the film. And yeah, it's a pretty good film overall. If you're familiar with Criterion, you'll probably know what their releases are like. The quality of the prints are always really great, and there's some nice special features on here, and there's also a booklet inside. Next honourable mention is the Fing 4K box set. So I wasn't actually planning to ever buy this because I already own the Arrow release that came out a few years ago, and I feel overall it's the superior release. The only thing sort of better with this is the 4K transfer. But it is a really good transfer. I just feel that the box is kind of flimsy and there isn't really any sort of new special features, so that's the reason why it just misses out. Next honourable mention is the Years of Lead box set from Arrow. So this is 5 Italian police crime films, and yeah, from the 1970s. It's a really, really nice box set, as you can see. It's a nice hard case that you always get with Arrow. You got the 5 films in the cases there, and you get a really nice booklet with some interesting essays about the films. The films are kind of a mixed bag, but overall it's a really, really nice box set. And last honourable mention is another Arrow box set, and it is the Vengeance Trails box set. So again, Italian films, spaghetti westerns. Again, the films are kind of a mixed bag. They're all in here. There's 1 or 2 really good ones. The others aren't quite as good. But again, it's a really nice hard case. You get the booklet inside there, and you also get a poster that's in one of the cases with some really, really nice poster art on them. Overall, it's a really, really nice box set, but it just misses out. So in 10th place, I'm going to go with the limited edition deluxe box set 4K release of Mulholland Drive. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about this release because I did an unboxing of it in one of my last videos. So if you're interested in checking that unboxing out, I will leave a link in the description below. But yeah, otherwise, this is a fantastic box set. The artwork on it is absolutely stunning. The 4K picture and sound of the film looks absolutely incredible. It's a really, really nice release. The only reason why it comes in 10th place is mainly due to the lack of any new special features, like no new interviews or commentaries or anything like that. And also a slight gripe, but I don't know if you can hear that, but the inside, the contents are kind of loose and there's not really much you can do about it. So just a minor packaging issue there. But other than that, it's a really, really nice release. So in 9th place, I am going to go with the Arrow release of True Romance. Now, this is one of my all-time favourite films. I absolutely adore this film. And this is a very, very nice release. I opted to go with the Zavi version, mainly because I just like the artwork on this one a little bit better. And you also get a few little extras that you didn't get in the regular Arrow one. But yeah, this is a really, really nice set. So you've got the case, of course, the hard case. And inside you have the steel book. You have a booklet, some nice stuff in there. You also have a poster, but I do actually have the poster hanging up at the moment. And you also get just a few nice extras. You get some postcards. You get sort of a postcard like this. You also get something, I thought this was a really nice feature. You get a little mini poster of the film within a film, Coming Home in a Body Bag. That's obviously featured in True Romance. It's not an actual film, of course, but I just thought it was a nice little bit of memorabilia. So the reason why this one ranks in 9th place is, again, for a similar reason with Mulholland Drive. It's just the lack of any sort of new features. You do get a few new interviews with some crew members, but nothing from the likes of, Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Gary Oldman, nothing from them, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But other than that, it's a very, very nice release and it's a great package. Next release I'm going to go with is an Arrow Academia title, and it is the Cinema Paradiso 4K Blu-ray. So this isn't like a sort of like a deluxe box set or anything, but I just thought this was a very nice release and it's a fantastic film. It's an Italian film and it's basically about a young boy and his love for cinema. Anyone who loves films should definitely check this film out because I think a lot of people are going to relate to this. And it's just a really heartwarming story and really touching in places. And the 4K scan on it is absolutely brilliant. And you get some nice special features. You get a booklet in there. You get 2 different cuts of the film, the theatrical cut and the director's cut. So there's a whole host of stuff to enjoy from this release. So in 7th place, I'm going to go with a Eureka release, and it is the Millionaires Express. So again, this is Sammo Hung, action comedy, Hong Kong martial arts, kind of a Western, a very, very fun movie and a really, really nice release. You get the slipcase, you get a poster in there, you get the normal case. I think you get about maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 4 cuts of the film. So anyone who's a fan of this film, there is so much to digest from this release, and there's plenty of special features. But yeah, it's not one of my favourite sort of Hong Kong action comedies, but what can I say? It's a very, very nice release, and the film looks great as well. So in 6th place, I am going to go with another Arrow release, and it is the 4K box set of Demons 1 and 2. Now, I think the main issue a lot of people have with this release is the sort of the packaging, and I can understand where they're coming from. So it comes like this, so you got the J card, you take that off, but the packaging, it opens up like this, you pull them apart. And I know I've heard people complain that it is quite hard to get it off the shelf. I totally agree with that, which is why I leave this on it when it's on the shelf. It just makes it a little bit easier to get it out. But other than that, this is a really, really nice release. The films look absolutely brilliant on 4K, and there's some nice features inside, so I'll just quickly show what's inside. So we've got a little replica of the movie ticket from the first film. You've got the digipack here, which has both films, both discs. Very, very nice hard book. It's a hardback. And then there's also a poster here that has the new artwork for Demons 1 and Demons 2. Overall, it's a very, very nice release. Just apart from that slight packaging issue, it's very, very nice. So in fifth place, I'm going to go with an 88 Films release, and it is The Young Master starring Jackie Chan. Now, this isn't one of my favourite Jackie Chan films, far from it, to be honest, but I had to give it the fifth spot just because overall it's a fantastic box set. Again, you got the nice hard case, and there's just so many features in it. You've obviously got a case with the reversible art inside. You've got a huge booklet that has so much writing, so many pictures, posters. There's just all sorts in this box set, this booklet, and it's just so nice. You also get a poster as well that has the new art and the original art, and in terms of special features, you get so much. Again, there's multiple cuts of the film, there's different audio options. You know, I know some old school martial arts fans like watching it in like English or even in the original Cantonese or Mandarin. There's just so many ways to watch this film, and there's just so many special features, and overall it's just a beautiful box set. So in fourth place, I'm going to go with a Criterion release, and I am putting this release in fourth place mainly due to my love for the film, and it is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. So yeah, this is a 1980s high school comedy / drama. I absolutely adore this film. It's got an amazing cast. So many of the actors in it are very big actors now, but at the time they were fairly unknown. And yeah, it's just a really funny, touching story in places. Basically about, you know, life as a teenager, life in high school. We've all been there. We all know what it's like. It's got a great soundtrack as well. But you're getting a new 4K transfer of the film that looks absolutely amazing. You're getting, I believe, brand new footage in it for the first time. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's the first time I've ever seen it in any version of the film. And you also get a television version of the movie, so that's basically a version of the film, but without any of the bad language or the nudity or anything like that. It's a nice feature, probably more to watch out of curiosity than anything else. And yeah, you just get some really, really nice special features in it. And there's also a booklet inside which has some brand new writing about the film. So if you're a fan of this film, I would definitely recommend getting this release. So in third place, I'm going to go with an Indicator release, and it is the limited edition box set of Irreversible. Now, just a little bit of background about this film. This is a French film, and it's directed by a guy called Gaspar Noé. He's a very controversial director. He's directed other films such as Climax and Enter the Void, but Irreversible is probably his most well-known film and probably his most controversial as well. I think what's sort of unique about this film is that the actual film plays in reverse. So when you start the film, you're actually at the end, and then by the time the film's over, you're actually at the beginning of the story. Now, I know other films have done this, like Memento, but I feel like it works really well in this film. It is a very controversial film, and I do know people who love this film, and I know there's people that absolutely hate it and refuse to watch it. And I can totally understand that, because it is very, very violent in places. It's very disturbing, it's dark, it's even quite nauseating to watch in places. But if you think you can handle it, then I do recommend it. I think it's a really, really good film. But this is a very, very nice release from Indicator. You kind of got the nice box set, similar to the Arrow ones. It's a hard case. And then you've got the this case inside with the reversible art. You've got a poster in here. It's a double-sided one. And also get a booklet as well. I should just be careful what I show in this booklet, because I think some of the pictures would not be suitable for YouTube. But you get like a lot of writing about the film, and what I quite like about indicator booklets is I feel like they're a little bit less wordy than some Arrow booklets. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like Arrow booklets, but I do find sometimes there's a bit too much writing. But I feel like the writing in an indicator booklet is a little bit bigger, it's a little bit more spaced out, and it's just a little bit more easier to read. And I think if you like this film, there's a real good amount of like interesting essays about the film. And you also get some really nice special features on the release as well. Like I said earlier, the film is in reverse, but you do have the option to watch the film in chronological order. It's on something called the straight cut. I don't think that version is as interesting to watch, but it's it's more like a curiosity watch. When I got this release, I did check out the film that way, and it was pretty cool, but I would also always watch the original version. And you also get a lot of special features about the director, about how the film was made, some deleted scenes. So if you're a fan of this film or a fan of this director, there is a lot to get on this release. And I just think it's a really, really nice box set and one of my favourites of this year. So in second place, I'm going to go with another Arrow release, and it is the Dai Imagine, I hope I pronounced that correctly, the Dai Imagine trilogy box set. So these are 3 films that were released around the Japanese monster era of films. So, like Godzilla and Gamera. You also got Dai Imagine as well. And this is a beautiful, beautiful box set. The art is just really, really nice. It's really hard case. And then it opens up like so. And then you've got your contents inside. So you've got your booklet, and then the 3 films in separate cases there. The booklet for this release is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's very thick. You've got tons of writing and pictures, but I just love the sort of the template they've used on the pages. It just looks absolutely beautiful. And, I mean, I don't know much about the film, but there's so much to digest from this booklet. And it might be one of my favourite booklets that I own in the whole Arrow collection. Anyone who's a fan of these films or that monster era of Japanese cinema, they're bound to find out all sorts of stuff from this booklet. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then you've got the 3 films in the separate cases. So the first one, the second one, and the third one. I've opted for the original art on all 3 of these. And you also get a poster as well, which uses the new artwork from the box set and then the old artwork for the first film on the other side. So yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful box set, and the films as well are really, really good. There's only the 3 films, like I said. They're all kind of separate stories. They're not connected in any way. They obviously just revolve around this monster. But they're really, really enjoyable, and I enjoyed them a lot more than most of the Godzilla films, most of the Gamera films. They were just, the 3 of them were just really good, and a bit darker in places as well. Not as kid-friendly, I would say, but really, really enjoyable films, and this is an absolutely beautiful box set. So we've made it to first place, and there was only really one release I could put in first place for different reasons. I love this film. It's a new transfer and it looks absolutely amazing, and just the amount of content you get in this box set is just amazing. But it is the Battle Royale 4K limited edition box set. So I'm not going to say too much about the film. Battle Royale is a classic of Japanese cinema, much more modern film, of course, but just a thoroughly entertaining, violent, funny, incredible film, and I absolutely adore it, and this release is amazing. So you got all your contents here. So what you actually get is you get the theatrical cut of the film, the director's cut, both of them on 4K. You also get the Battle Royale sequel, Requiem, but you also get the director's cut of that film, which is retitled Battle Royale 2 Revenge. You get the soundtrack for the first Battle Royale film, and you also get like a trump card set I'm not going to take it out of the packaging because it's a bit awkward. But yeah, just a really, really unique feature. It's just kind of cool to have trump cards for Battle Royale. I'll say no more. And then you also get this beautiful book, another hardbound book, and it's basically about its director, Kinji Fukasaku, and it's just a huge biography, essentially, about him. And there's just so many contents and so many essays and all sorts. You've got his filmography in there. You've got interviews with him. It's just amazing. And you also get, I think you get features that were in the last limited edition of Battle Royale. You get like the booklet there. You just get so much in here, and you know, tons of special features. I'm not even going to read them all. There's just so many great things, and the film looks absolutely beautiful in 4K. The previous Arrow release was fine, but this version is just miles ahead of it. And yeah, what can I say? It's just an absolutely beautiful box set. I know some of the other box sets that I've talked about are very nice as well, but I just think overall the film, the quality of the film, the transfer, the special features, all the different contents you get, it's just a no-brainer for me that this would be number one. There is just absolutely loads to digest in this release, and that's why for me it is my number one pick. Well, that is it, guys. That is my top 10 boutique Blu-ray releases for the year of 2021. I really hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you've got your own rankings for releases of this year, I would love to hear about them, so please let me know in the comments below. But until then, I will see you next time, so take care and see you soon.